Hello everyone, I'm Brandon with Lenovo and I'm here today with the ThinkStation S30 Tower Workstation. Today we're going to be replacing the microprocessor and heatsink fan assembly. This process will take about 30 minutes and you may want to have a little experience working with computers before attempting this. The only tool required will be a Phillips screwdriver. Before we continue, we need to make sure that we are protected against electrostatic discharge, or ESD. Make sure to shut down your computer and disconnect all cables and accessories from the system. For further information, watch our Understanding Electrostatic Discharge video by clicking the link in the description. And now that we're ready, let's get started. Before we can remove the computer cover, first need to assure that it is unlocked. Then we just need to press upward on the release button and lift the cover up and off of the chassis. To open the adapter card retainer, just want to press down and outward on the handle and then swing it open. Before removing the heatsink fan assembly, we must first disconnect the fan cable from the system board. Next, we need to loosen 4 capture screws in a cross pattern. Then we can lift the heatsink up and off of the system board. Next, we need to press down and outward on the lever marked with an open lock. Then we're going to press down and outward on the lever marked with a closed lock. Then we go back to the first lever and press down and then open the processor door. Now we need to reach in, grasp the processor by the edges and lift it up and out of the socket. And here I have my replacement processor. When replacing the processor, it is important that the marking in the corner of the processor is aligned with the marking on the system board. Once you have those two lined up, you can place the processor into the socket, close the processor door, press down and inward on the latch marked with a closed lock, and then press down and inward on the latch marked with an open lock. If you're not replacing the heatsink, then you need to clean the excess thermal compound off of it. To do this, I have some isopropyl alcohol swabs. I'm just going to hold the heatsink and gently, in a circular motion, wipe the excess thermal compound off of it. So now we're ready to apply the thermal compound. I'm just going to put a dab of thermal compound about the size of a large pea in the middle of the processor. If you've received a new heatsink, the thermal compound will be pre-applied and you can skip this step. Now we're going to place the heatsink fan assembly over the socket using the screw holes for alignment. Then we need to tighten 4 capture screws in a cross pattern. Tighten the first screw halfway. Tighten the second screw all the way. Then tighten the first screw all the way. Tighten the third screw halfway. Tighten the fourth screw all the way. Then tighten the third screw the rest of the way. Then we need to connect the fan cable to the system board. And now we're going to close the adapter card retainer. When replacing the computer cover, we want to assure that this lip on the cover fits over top of this lip on the chassis. Once you have those lined up, you can lower the cover onto the chassis, and then in the top middle, press down until it locks into place. And finally, we're going to lock the cover.